Yes, sir. Yeah, we in the barbershop building today. You already know what it is. It's your boy in the building and in the place to be. It's the Prime Minister. And I'm here with my main man, IHBIF. And we about to give y'all another good show, you know. And none other, you know what I'm saying? We got a special guest with us today. None other than super producer, engineering, genius, guru. You know what I'm saying? Young Scorp in the building today.
What's good?
You know what I'm saying? What's good, man?
It's a photographer.
Yeah. Photography, activist, poet, and you know it, and he can show it.
Yeah, man.
What's good, baby? You know what I'm saying? What's going down, man?
Man, everything's popping right now. Man.
Okay. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what's been going on in Scorp's Corner, man.
Oh man, shit. Well, one, you got the job, but outside the job, you got the three brands.
Mm-hmm.
Nottingham.
Yep.
Nodding hard as a motherfucker.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's the label.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Notting Heart.
Nodding hard as a motherfucker.
Okay.
Nottingham.
So motherfuckers in there?
Yeah, nodding, like nodding your head.
Nodding.
HAM.
Oh, not. Oh, okay.
So
Nadine. Okay.
Yeah,
Nodding.
so I call it Nottingham.
Nodding.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Nottingham.
You know what I mean? But we nodding hard as a motherfucker to this music.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
I like that. I see
Okay.
that.
You know?
Okay.
That's gonna be the empire right there.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
know? Then of course you got me Scorp Forever. That's the other brand. You know,
Yeah.
You gotta be your own brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you got Picasso Dreams. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And
It's
that's the
yeah.
photography thing. You
Yeah.
know?
Picasso
So
Dream.
it's like you got your hands in everything.
Man, I'm trying to put my hands in everything I'm interested in.
Yeah.
See, that's to me that's major. That's a major thing that you really want to do because you don't want to. I was always taught, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
So you definitely wanted to be diverse and do different things, and there's different opportunities, and you don't just want to close your door and close your mind to them.
Right.
So definitely, I'm all about that wide array and that big vision, and that not being closed minded. So I mean, with all of these projects, I mean, tell me how you keeping up? Like, I mean, really, because I know that's got to be taxing.
I mean, it's a lot. It's very demanding. More than anything, it's demanded on your mentality. You know? It's mentally draining because you are learning 24/7.
Yeah,
you should be.
Yeah,
and so you go in, you working. You doing your thing on the job, but you thinking about, all right, when I get off, I got 6 hours to catch up on this and this before,
Yeah.
And so but how do I keep up is because I love it. You can't, it's not work if you love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not stressful.
So
Okay.
out of those three things, out of those your three brands, you concentrating on now. Which more you putting the more focus on right now?
Right now, I'm putting the majority of the focus on Picasso Dreams.
Okay.
One, because I'm only 2 years into this photography thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Making leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
And two, in order for me to get that really going alongside the music and everything else I'm doing,
Yeah.
I mean, I really got to accelerate that. Everybody knows I do music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I came back last year, made a hell of a splash. You know what I mean? And so, reestablished myself as an artist, and everyone knew I was engineering. So now I got to get that photography portion going along with it. So I'm kind of
Okay.
So with the engineering and the rapping, you could kind of turn them on and off.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
More.
well,
And you learning more with the photography as well, ain't you? Like you trying to master that.
Yeah. Engineering is something I've been doing since
forever.
2001.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's no learning curve there.
Yeah.
But the photography thing is definitely
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So how'd you come up with the Picasso Dreams? How'd you come up with that?
I came up with that name off one. I was listening to MCHG.
Okay.
Right. You know what I mean?
Okay, man.
Yeah.
And
Carl
he's got
Holy Grail.
that track on
Yeah.
there called Picasso, baby.
Yeah.
He said, I just want a Picasso
Yeah.
in my casa,
Yeah.
my castle.
Yeah.
And that's his hustle, though. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
was like, ultimately I want to be here.
Yeah.
At that point. And so I was just really feeling that track. And
Yeah.
of course I had been doing the photography.
Yeah.
But I was like, what am I gonna call this? So I was like, people was like, I don't understand your art. photographers. I was asking them for their advice.
Yeah.
And so they were like, "Well, what kind of photography do you want to do?"
Yeah.
My bad. Hold on. It was like, "What kind?" And I was like, "I want to do any kind. I want to do whatever I see."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They was like, "Well, figure it out first, and then come back and talk to us." You know what I mean? So they kind of dissed me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Well, fuck all y'all." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
really,
yeah,
like
yeah.
this is my baby.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
This is my baby.
Yeah.
And I know I have this artistic eye. You know, I mean, I feel like a little Picasso, you know, because the song was the theme at the time, you know what I mean? So I was like, all right, I'm going to call this Picasso baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Picasso N is my baby.
Yeah.
But then, like, something was missing. Like the ambition was missing from the title.
Yeah.
So my dude was like, what if you said dreams instead?
Yeah.
I got Picasso dreams, you know.
Yeah.
And Picasso, man, he was at 16. This dude was killing the game.
Yeah,
right. You know what I
yeah.
mean? He was like, I want to take over France. I want to take over Europe. That was his ambition.
Yeah.
So even though he was already dope, he still had dreams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's me right there.
Yeah.
I already know I'm good at this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
good at everything I put my hands on, but I
Yeah.
still got dreams. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So,
so definitely claiming it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Pretty much, like you said, like I got dreams, but like now it's my ambition. Now it's my goal because you know it's possible. Yeah, I got a vision, but now how do I basically get to or make those steps to complete the actual vision to make everybody see what I'm looking at?
Right.
So definitely that's dope. The whole Picasso dreams,
Yeah.
the whole Picasso dreams, just whole program, the whole little setup. I like that.
So have you been having a lot of people get at you on the photography?
Man, this
end?
thing it's definitely been picking up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's picking up to the point to where like I'm almost worried it's gonna turn into work.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't want it to turn into work.
Yeah.
I wanna when we talk
Yeah, definitely.
I seen the joint. I think it may have been on Facebook. You had the seashell up
Yeah,
in the area. I
yeah.
thought that was hot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of people clown me about that.
Yeah,
photo.
yeah.
But like what it is like
Like, where'd you find that seashell?
yeah. And I was clowning with it, and it just so happened that when I woke up, I had my shirt off. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm gonna go in here and play around with this camera.
Yeah.
And so like, people was like, "Oh man, what are you doing, man? What are
Yeah.
you doing?" But I was thinking about it before I posted it. I'm like, all right, if I'm getting off into the artistic world, people in the artistic world like certain types of art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Out here in the streets, if you naked, something wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
over here in the art world, they walk around with
Yeah.
statues of dudes with their penises hanging.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so if I'm wanting to get into that arena,
Yeah.
then I can't be.
Yeah, you
I
gonna
can't
have-
have no restraints.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got to go in all the way. So I mean, holding a big ass shell is
Yeah.
nothing right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't think I'm gonna have my things stinging.
That was
out.
good. I was like, don't go too far out there,
Nah,
Scorp. Don't
nah, it
go
ain't
too
gonna
far
happen.
out there.
Nah, you see
know?
me posting these nude photos, it's gonna be somebody else.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay, then. Well, that's hot. So as far as Nottingham is concerned, now that's the more musical side,
That's the
correct?
musical side.
Okay, and so I know you keeping that under wraps. So I'm not gonna. Oh, okay.
It ain't under wraps. I mean, the people who I work with is
Under
you
yeah,
know what I mean, I keep a very close circle.
Yeah.
You know, just because you know how rappers are.
exactly.
I'm a rapper, but I hate rappers.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
understand them? You know?
Yeah.
So what art are you working with? Any local artists? Are you
Yeah.
putting them on to the label?
Yeah. I don't know if y'all remember DOA. They was a group. Fred Moore, Endo,
Okay. Yeah.
and Ruck. Like I'm working with them each independently, individually. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Because Ruck just left back. For
I think a couple of those, they couple of them in the barbershop.
Yeah.
Ain't
they should be.
they? I think
Yeah.
Aaron.
Fred-
Is it
Fred
Aaron?
definitely Fred
Aaron is
Moore.
in there.
Okay, I know Fred. Yeah.
And Fred been kind of sick. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? He's had a lot of life going on. And his daughter just had surgery. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Nando, he's definitely getting his school on right now.
Okay.
So but yeah, I'm dedicated to working with them. A young cat called Gifted. I don't think he made his debut yet, but he will this summer.
Okay.
Famous is my guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Is he from here?
Now he's originally from Florida. but
Okay.
He's been here for a number of years.
Okay.
I mean,
That's
he's
famous with a P, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
famous F Amos. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I seen him.
Yeah.
So
He's the only one of those artists that's got checks in the mail,
yeah.
royalties.
Yeah.
Okay.
And see, that's where the money's at. If you want to do this, you got to be smart about it. So I definitely, big shots out to that. And even people that's showing in the people the right direction.
Yeah.
you know, you don't want to be no closed-minded individual, especially when you're trying to get into the music game, because they will eat you alive.
Right.
So with the record label, you gonna play like artist, CEO, and
Yeah, I'm gonna wear all the hats.
Check out more
everything.
segments
Wear all the hats
and radio
except for
spots at
producer. I'm also
IHBIF.com.
Okay.
It's hard, but it's
Okay.
fair
Okay.
radio.
So Mario, if you want to
It's
get,
your boy, podcast, the one half
Yeah,
of
you know,
the
I mean,
hey, that's a
Iceberg,
cool. You
you know,
see the
you
intro,
know,
Mario.
you know what I'm saying? I'm
Like,
just trying to do a little bit, you know.
oh, you made that?
Yeah,
I came
yeah.
in. He was working on it one night. I came in the next day. It was
People
done.
sleeping on you.
You know,
It was
I'm
like,
saying, I'm
listen
just
to
trying,
this.
you know, I'm just trying to do a little bit. I'm just trying to do a little bit, but it's all good. So I mean,
You
like,
know what you do? You know what you should do, Mario?
what's that?
Do the barbershop mixtape.
Hot. They want it.
I know we contemplated it on the on the Facebook and everything, but you know, maybe, you know, if you build it, they will come. So you know, let me try to put some things to work.
Just make like 20 beats, and then we could pick and choose who's on whatever beat.
Nah, go small.
Small.
Go small.
Like how many?
The first time around, go 8 to 10.
8 to 10.
You know what I mean? And really fleece that. That way you ain't waste a lot of time.
Yeah.
Right? And you know what I mean? You put it out there. You make sure the hot
So
tracks get out there.
so are you booked?
Make them hungry, huh?
You booked for the mixtape?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay.
We gotta put one person down.
Okay, we got Scorp on.
shit, I'm
We
telling
got
you.
Scorp on. We got Scorp on the team. Okay.
Mixtape.
Okay,
Coming
so-
soon.
So, all right, let me ask you this as far as, entrepreneur side. I mean, definitely I see you wearing so many hats and doing so many things, but like community wise, like, where are you at with that? I mean, have you really opened yourself up anymore, or are you just
Like in the community?
Yeah.
Nah, man, like after last year, I really shut down.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, just to say it truthfully like it is, the community burned me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like not supporting. I mean, for a lot of years that I ran that out to CK, I was coming out of my pocket. You know what I mean? And coming out of my pocket and helping people for free or a little or nothing, and asking for support. And, and I ain't gonna call no names, but from different churches or organizations. You know what I mean? And it's like, who are you? You know what I mean? Because I'm not naturally from here. You know what I mean? So it just kind of got real weird and funny. So,
But do you feel like in the community, I mean, it's a lot of we should do this, but whenever it's time for it to happen, ain't nobody want it. Like everybody backs. You know what I mean? People kind of back off. Like, But I'm like, I thought we wanted a better. You know what I mean? I thought we wanted to move this thing forward.
right.
And
you have that.
Definitely.
That
And
flakes out every time.
And that's how, I mean, and like I said, that's how I kind of came up with the whole hate 1-2, the whole hate 1-2 mantra, because I felt like in some way we stifle each other. It's almost like, okay, you want to get to the mountaintop, but then you look at the mountain, it's like, man, this is this is high.
But a lot of times also to add to that, it's not even, you know what I mean, with the people you want following you or the people you want supporting you, is a lot of times with the people who you kind of need to, like, let's make this thing happen.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then
like
when
the
they
big wigs who could possibly talk to other people and
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you trying to infect, you trying to infect them, so in turn, they can spread the word to somebody else. But if it stops right here, if it just stops right here, I mean, 9 times out of 10, a lot of times that's what happens. Yeah. So then you'll sit here and you'll be like, okay, I'm about to have this. We about to do this. We about to do this situation right here. This is going to be a great movement for the community. It's going to bring the kids out and did that. Oh, okay, we can do it. And then right when it's time to really pop off, it's like, where's the help? Where's the love? So I've been there. You know what I'm saying? And I've definitely seen how things can get. Yeah. So I do agree with sometimes you get burnt out and you really don't want to mess with nobody. Right. But at the same time too, I do look at it as like, like that same mentality. If you build it, they'll come. Because when the stuff really starts popping off, there's gonna be people knocking on your door. Yeah. And so I already know that. So Scorp, Team Scorp and the whole situation is about to be big. So I already know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even worried about that. Ahead. So definitely.
So are y'all gonna push? Because me and Shamaro talk about this all the time. Like, I feel like, we have different takes on it sometimes. But do you feel like the mixtapes is more, you know what I mean? It's like with your artists, would you wearing all the hats and being a CEO and doing all that, would you push for them to make albums rather than all these mixtapes and just, you know what I mean?
I would do. Am I burnt out on mixtapes? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would I sign up to do a full album? No.
Yeah.
Singles approach.
Yeah.
I would do a singles approach.
Yeah.
That way you come in the lab and you make whatever you make.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if it's hot,
Yeah.
if it's hot and the beat is original,
You build off
then
that.
we'll move that as a single.
Okay.
Cause singles move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You talking about hip hop, R&B. You know what I mean? How many tracks on an album are actually hot?
Yeah.
True.
You know what I mean? Just a handful of them.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and let's stop playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's do this music. If these songs are all right, then those are the mixtapes.
So you cool with just singles coming out, not per se mixtapes or albums. And
Yeah,
if the mixtape and if the single is hot enough, then it could lead up into an album.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I get what you're saying.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, usually, like you would make the single usually paves the way for the
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the mixtape usually paves the way for the single.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta be smart about it and juggle it.
Yeah.
That way you can cut your expenses because
Yeah.
every beat that they rap over
Yeah.
is money out your pocket.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean?
You're right.
And so I mean, if you ain't recouping,
Yeah.
then I mean, you're not gonna be able to stay in business for long.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's and
So what? So
Man,
what
that's
are
the
you?
problem.
So what you doing next on the music end? You personally as an artist?
Well, I'm working on my album. I say I'm working on my album. I've been slacking because of Picasso Dreams, man. But
Yeah.
like, I'm working on an album. I'm actually commissioned by a record label called Pioneer Records.
Okay.
To do an album. We were supposed to do something last year. The contract wasn't right. His partner wasn't on board.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we had one agreement over the phone. The paper come back. It's a 360 deal.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, do you understand who you're talking to?
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
talking to Scorp, the motherfucking engineer. Like,
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I school people on to stay away from this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I
and
mean?
then you
So-
come with me with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you ready
unbelievable.
for it.
So I turned around and then I dropped the Scorp Forever project.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was like, damn.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? My bad respect. So he came back this year and said, you know, all my other artists are bullshitting. You know what I mean? Dragging their feet. I want to commission you to do an
Your
album.
album,
Okay.
so your albums not only get pushed around town, but it's everywhere.
Well, I mean, I push online.
Yeah.
I've sent out email blasts. I send out
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean?
So does Pioneer? What is it? Pioneer Records.
Pioneer Records.
Do they help promote? Do they help you promote your album?
Well, what he did is he just re-released that album.
Oh, you just
Yeah, he
re-released
just
it.
re-released it on Monday, so now it's on their website
Yeah.
for free download. We released it as a mixtape. Kind
Okay.
Of, you know what
Okay.
I mean, even though half the beats on there is original.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we just, I mean, because I already dropped it last year.
Yeah.
You know, so we took some tracks off, put some new tracks on.
Yeah.
Some beats that I bought that I'm not gonna recoup on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just went ahead and threw them on there to make it a little live joint. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And the singles are in the works right now, so I gotta follow up right on the heels of that. So I'm gonna have to put Picasso Dreams to the side real quick.
Yeah.
Knock these tracks out and then go back.
Okay. Okay. Sounds like to me you just running that track record. That's you know, that's what you're supposed to be doing. And you know, you got the capital and people backing you to really do it. That's you're on the right track for that. So definitely.
Well, you know, I tell people, man, when you don't know what to do, do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like don't sit there standing still. You know what I mean? I'm sure you want everything to work out perfect.
Yeah.
But the truth is you're gonna have to fuck up to know what to do better next time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, screw up. I
Yeah.
don't know.
We good.
Are y'all
It's
gonna
good.
edit
No,
this?
it ain't no edit it.
Okay.
You know, you good.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're right, and see that's one of the biggest thing is like, you know, people can't accept failure, and I think sometimes it's like, you know, man, I made a mistake, but like you said, you know better now, know better, do better. It's life, you know, things are gonna happen,
Yeah.
and so things you're not gonna be fully knowing of everything that's going on. So once you're trying to do something and then it messes up, it's like, oh, now I know who not to mess with.
Yeah.
Now I know what not routes to go because, you know, this happened.
Right.
And so I definitely agree with that. And sometimes, you know, like even with this show. I mean, there's going to be mistakes. There's going to be mishaps. Right. But look, you got to keep it moving, and you got to do what you got to do. You got to make it better every time.
Truthfully, man, failure is what makes you a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you don't never screw up, then you don't never learn.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's real. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the fire's truly hot because you ain't actually reached out there and touched it. You know what I mean? But once the fire connect, all of a sudden, like, you can see ahead. You know what I mean? You can feel heat vibrating off a car. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff. Like, it really does lead you towards being a better person. You know, and then when some other little cat come along who's been where you've been, you can tell them, not just off principle, but off of fact.
I know. You don't want to go this route. You know, you don't. Or if you want to do this, these are the steps that you're going to have to take. You know what I'm saying, to make sure you can reach your goal.
Right.
I think a lot of times people don't be saying, like, we don't say nothing.
So,
and then that's what happens.
So what would be your advice to some of the young artists coming up?
Man, I got more advice than they're willing to listen to.
Yeah.
But like one of the one of the main things. I mean, I know, you know, like to listen to one would be probably to listen to the deal. So I mean, like with the Pioneer thing, so it won't happen. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they ain't gonna listen to me, they ain't gonna listen to no legal contract.
No.
They ain't even gonna read it.
Yeah.
They just gonna ask for our sign.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess my initial advice would be, if you consider yourself a serious artist and you are not registered with BMI or ASCAP, you are not serious.
Yeah.
And that's from the mouth of the man. I'll tell you to your motherfucking face. You know what I mean? If you are not registered, so you can collect your royalties. How are you serious? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
That's like saying, like, I want you to deposit this money in my bank account, but I don't have a bank account.
Yeah, Basically, that's what you're saying, though. That's real business, talk. You know? That's real talk, because there's a lot of, exactly. There's so many artists around, even around here, that, there was really not even, not acknowledging the fact, I don't have no, BM, what do I need that for? And it's like, what do you mean?
Right.
Yeah. And so, we've had talks about that, and I ain't gonna name artists, but there was, certain individuals that wasn't even on. They was just like, psh, psh, giving you the psh face, the beatbox, and it's like, hey, that's money you losing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it's worse than that. Okay.
Yeah.
Because if the individual, and there are some talented individuals here in Evansville.
Yeah.
Evansville is a gold mine. I've been telling record labels for years, Evansville is a gold mine.
Yeah.
And they said, well, what's wrong with it? I said, the Evansville mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what's wrong with it. Otherwise, man, this city would be hot. It'd be popping. And like, if they don't listen, like, one, they gonna screw up big time. But the other thing is that while they out here trying to get this, you send your music to this record label, sign me, and you sending your music to these A&Rs and to these DJs, right? And let's say you really talented, you know what I mean? Then let's say that hook is cold.
Yeah,
they're gonna use the hook.
They're going to take that. They're going to go to the record label and say, yo, I got this song idea. Because they know that you, as a dumbass, are not registered on BMI or ASCAP, so you can't get no credit for the shit you created anyway.
Exactly.
And the next thing you turn... Look, I did Ain't Worried early last year, right? Put that out. What nobody say Ain't Worried. How many tracks Ain't Worried come out? Now, I had some direct plugs, and they were sitting... The dude called me at work at AT&T and said, I just got off this phone call with these individuals, I won't name, and he's saying, when we talked, we was talking about these other artists, but we ended up talking about you for 3 hours. And I said, look, why would you talk about me for 3 hours? If I'm not top of it? Well, I sent them some of your music. Okay, no, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and so they said that you are really talented, you are really versatile, and like you can do anything, but you're not relevant. You know what I mean? But what happened was the songs that they did, different versions of those songs came out. French Montana came out with Ain't Worried. I ain't saying he stole from me. What I'm saying. And then I did that song I'm Different. That was my song last year. That shit was popping. And who had their song I'm Different? You know what I'm saying? And all that shit was released like I leaked that out prior to dropping the album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was floating around among the record labels and stuff. Not saying people took from me, but what I am saying is that there are people out there who are listening to these artists.
But that's
and jacking
crazy.
their shit.
But that's crazy because I never thought about that. So a lot of these trends that you see that you think come from one person is actually from
they
somebody
got a team.
else.
Look,
or they got
people
somebody
that's
who
out
damn
there.
near plugged them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many Mariah Careys are there?
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
How many Whitney Houstons, Babyfaces, R. Kellys, Russell Simmonses, Dr. Dre's are there? There's only one of those people.
Yeah.
Those people, the revolutionaries, are few and far between.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the other people who have the talent, but they don't have the knack to be a revolutionary, are sitting there surfing the internet, surfing YouTube.
Yeah.
Taking from people and creating. You have creators and you have recreators.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of people right now today are coming off of recreating
Somebody
you
else's
did wrong.
stuff,
You know what I
man.
mean? You gonna sample this beat, right?
Yeah.
You didn't sample it right. I would have never thought about that, but guess what? I'm gonna grab that, take it, chop it up. Next thing you know, I'm gonna fleece it to the industry and I'm gonna make millions off of it. You ain't make shit.
Man.
It's crazy.
And that's, just in retrospect, that's crazy, man. I mean, like, cause I know that there's people, and
it's not dirty.
Yeah, it's
not dirty.
It's not dirty.
Business.
It's the way it is.
It's business.
You know what I'm saying? What's the you fooled me once, shame on you. You
Right.
fooled me. That's my fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we're not really, we're not really knowledge. We're not knowledge in that. We don't know. Like it's like, and if you don't know, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get bit. And see, these people, like I said, they fast paced. It's boom, 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 and you over here like, man, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And by the time you said what, that stuff's already packaged and shipped off.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy, man. So basically it's like, you really gotta watch your back in everything you do.
No, don't watch your back.
Yeah.
Don't watch your back.
Yeah.
Let somebody take advantage of you. Let it.
Because you're going to learn from it.
Because you're going to learn from it.
Yeah.
Like, because if you didn't learn before they took advantage of you,
it's going to happen again.
It's going to happen again, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And you don't know what to protect yourself from.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm
true.
saying?
Yeah.
So, go ahead. Let them take advantage of you because now, once they do burn you, you're going to have the motivation to find out everything you can know.
Yeah.
To not let it happen again. Before you wasn't interested.
Yeah.
And now that they done stabbed you.
Yeah.
Now, all right. Now what kind of vest I need to wear? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You gonna do your homework.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is better than Kevlar. This is
so
kind
of besides watch your back, it's kind of like cover your back now. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I got that. You know what I mean? I got that covered. I already know which angle they gonna make come from. There.
Well, I don't know. I would say until you learn how to cover your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then learn to be resilient.
Yeah.
Learn to bounce back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you do get attacked or when you are beat down or when you do suffer a loss, learn how to fight that mentality and be like, oh man, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Nah, you ain't screwed.
Yeah.
Nah, what I'm gonna do? Okay, this is how I'm gonna come up off of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is how I'm gonna turn around and re-up off of this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, learn to be resilient.
But that goes back to what you said earlier. Don't do something. Don't do nothing.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Something, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cats around here who just quit.
Yeah.
They suffer loss and they quit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The deal don't come through and they quit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Do something.
Do something.
You know what I mean?
Keep yourself relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, it's funny though, because, it's like you learn it's life lessons, man.
Yeah.
Because I even remember when I was younger and first time I went to the Boys and Girls Club, I was playing pool with these kids. Mm-hmm. And the first thing they told, like this kid told me to do, he's like, hey man, he's like, if you want to win early, he said, man, knock the 8 ball in first. And so, guess what I did? I knocked the 8 ball in first, and they just busted out laughing because I lost. You know what I'm saying? But then after that struck a chord in me because I was like, y'all just clown me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I ended up learning the entire game. I came back.
They
and
knew
just,
you did. They
you know what I'm saying? I just lit them up because I was like, no, y'all ain't gonna do me like that.
Because they knew they knew you didn't know the game. And they was like, what's the easiest way we could beat him?
Yeah, and it's
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Even at a young age, you getting taught these things.
Right. Yeah.
And so it's like, But what's so crazy about it is we don't think about it as a light. I mean, as a lesson. It's like we don't look at that.
No,
you know what I'm saying. But now, in retrospect, we talking about it. It's like, man, you know what? I learned that when I was little.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To make, you know, it's all about that bounce back. It's all about that. Do you have the will and the fortitude to sit there and say, you know what?
Right.
Nah, you ain't getting me. You ain't getting me like that. No, not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know that's how I think that's definitely as a man, you got to be able to be stand up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to, man. Hold up, man. You ain't just gonna keep on pulling the wool over my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely, I'm feeling that.
So where could people go to get your music at?
Yeah, definitely.
The link is pioneerrecordsweb.com.
Okay.
And it's on the main page.
Yeah.
Scroll down, it says Scorp. I think he titled the mixtape Frustrated.
Okay.
I mean, he wanted to release it, so I was like, yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
do you have anything on YouTube or anything?
no, I ain't put up no YouTube, no new YouTube stuff. I mean, I did that Frustrated last year for that.
Okay.
Don't fuck
iTunes?
up, that funk volume contest. That's what
Didn't
I
you do like some stuff on SoundCloud too, though?
Yeah, I got some stuff on SoundCloud. If you go to
Okay.
SoundCloud, search Scorp Forever,
Okay.
you'll find me there. Reverb Nation, Scorp
Yeah.
Forever, you'll find me there.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I've been working on my search engine relevance.
Mm-hmm.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, if you type in Scorp Forever, you should get a
Yeah,
good bulk of
upper.
links. Most websites is whatever, facebook.com/Scorp Forever. Like, that's most everything. You know?
Yeah.
I got to do the same thing with Picasso Dreams, but that happened. No,
Yeah.
You know.
So what you gonna do it? Are you gonna like make a website and all that for Picasso Dream? How you
Yeah.
gonna push that out there to the world?
I haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I got one idea that I'm waiting on before I really leak that out.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not gonna be video.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna find a way to incorporate the pictures in the music.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Kind of like some photojournalism stuff.
Yeah.
You know how a picture can tell a story?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, if you got a good picture, then when you take it, people will spend from 15 to 30 seconds looking at it.
Yeah.
If they don't spend longer than that, it's a bad image.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I would like to create something that goes along with the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And rap can be pretty superficial, so you know that'll be the challenge there.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, in a lot of ways, it's almost like, you know, kind of like Time Magazine, like, you know how Time Magazine would like capture certain events and different things, but like you're saying, incorporating the music with such, you know, pictures that deal with whatever.
Yeah.
I think that would definitely, you know, be dope. There's so many artists that even did that, you know, like Michael Jackson, and like you would see their videos and they would depict all these things. You just be like, man, you know, just to bring emphasis or make it more powerful at the end. You just like, man, that was deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely, I see that. I think that's a good idea too.
So there's gonna be a time where you try to link the two, like
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean, I said I wasn't gonna say too many details. But
Oh,
that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I
okay.
mean, if you look at it, who was it that bought Instagram? Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook bought Instagram for like 13 billion, 30 billion, something
like
ridiculous.
that.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
something
some ridiculous
crazy.
number.
yeah.
And then, you know, Twitter, they turn around and they got the Twit pics, you know what I mean? And then Vine comes along.
Yeah.
So, like, visuals are very important. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And that don't just go for those items, but that means that whenever I drop the album, you know what I mean, the visual is going to be on point.
Yeah.
That main cover, it's going to make a statement.
Yeah.
The CD's going to make a statement. The visuals is what's going to drive it home. And it means that, you know, after so many billions and billions of pictures posted to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all this stuff, like, we are picture driven. So I think a picture can do as much as a video can.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
If you can do the journalism right, you know what I mean, the photojournalism right.
So what about concerts? Have you thought about doing concerts, going on tour, anything like that?
Not really.
Not really.
To be honest with you, I haven't.
Yeah.
Because I know my time is so
Limited.
it's limited now.
Yeah.
I would do a show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I did that one show last year just to do it, man. It was popping. It was
Yeah.
love. But
Yeah.
you know, I would like to grow that. I love being on stage.
Yeah.
I love, you know, take a shot at something, you know what I mean, get up there and clown with the folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And see, that's You know, I mean, you know, I know I definitely like to see that. I would definitely, you know what I'm saying, like to see young Scorp get on the stage and burn it up.
Yeah.
So
Who's
definitely.
some artists, not even hip hop wise, but like artists around here who you would like to do, you know, maybe do a concert with? Like, have you ever thought about like a live band, something like that? Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, man!
That'd be crazy.
I go off with a live band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, the way I approach music is just a lot different than other people. Mine isn't swag based.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Swag based music means that you gotta be in a position to where the music lends to that swag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it don't always work live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people complain about hip hop concerts because a lot of hip hop concerts don't sound like the album.
Yeah.
You know, when you go see John Legend and he get on stage and start singing "Get Lifted," you mean, damn, this sound better than the CD.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And people want that experience, but that don't work with rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless you go with a live band.
Exactly.
Then you can bring a
You
different
get that
element to
energy.
it.
Yeah. And he's right because, you know, a lot of, you know, with the exception for a few artists, you see what you get. Like, it's almost like, okay, it's like, oh man, you listen to this song on the radio and you're like, man, this is knocking. You know, I wouldn't mind going to see them in concert. Then you go to the concert and it's like zero energy, or they might just be going up there nonchalant, and it's like, you know.
But is that something as an artist you got to work on your stage presence, or is that? I mean,
look, every action you take on stage, from the way you hold a mic, to you wiping your face, when you wipe your face, at what point in the song do you get to wipe your face? Just taking a sip of water, all of that should be choreographed, every bit of it, because one hiccup can throw off your flow, it can throw off your energy, and all that stuff. So you want that stuff to be rehearsed, and not just because that's a gimmick. You got to rehearse everything, but it makes you better as a person. I mean, you think about that time when Beyonce fell on stage, popped right up,
back up.
All of that, every bit of everything.
Because she knew what was next.
Is choreographed. I mean, when you walking across the stage and your hype man is walking behind you, that's choreographed. At what point do you do that? You know what I mean? At what point do you wave your towel? All that shit should be choreographed.
So really, it's the minor details that could mess up. I mean, that may be the cause for a lot of people's performance is not being good. They don't take the time to, you know what I mean, do those things.
Yeah. And a lot of cats, like the only person who listened to me, a lot of people, the only person who listened to me was Famous.
Yeah.
Okay. And it goes to show, because since he was the only person who listens to me, he's the only person collecting checks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when he gets on stage, I told him one of the things when you do a performance, especially when you visit another city. Because you don't know how the niggas are in that city. You know what I mean? Some of them, they hear a certain song, they want to challenge you. You know what I mean? So this is what you do when you go. You don't go and party with the people. You go, you do your set, you leave. Back door. You out. If anything pop off, and if anybody get more drunk at that point, none of that's on you. You are in, you are out, you are paid, you're done. You know what I mean? And so like, he was the only one to really listen. But like with as far as the stage thing goes, he listened to me on the stage things too. And all of his stage performances are all, now he don't choreograph every single step, but what happens is, like, how many times have you been talking to somebody, like you talking to me about something, and then like your phone vibrate and it throw you off? Right? You know what I mean? Or you drop something and it throw you off. Or you hear your shoestring rattle and it throw you off. It slows down your speech and everything. And so what happens is rap is a rhythm. Right? You know what I mean? And if something happens that's unexpected, it's gonna throw your rhythm off. Next thing you know, you forgot one word in the middle of this line, and that one word turned into 10 words. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you done froze up on stage. You know, I mean, in my last show, I mean, and one, you got so many different faces. You got pretty girls in the crowd and all this stuff. All of them looking at you all googly eyed and shit. And you like, I'm about that. You know? And that one thought throw you off. And so the only performance I did last year, the only performance I did since 2005. That's what that was. Like, I'm up on stage and I'm remembering, I'm like, I'm going into the song about the verse is about to drop in 5, 4, and I don't know none of this shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. And then, I mean, it just came out. I never been worried about my image. If I can't be seen, it don't make no difference. What's the next line? Niggas talk tough when the torches with them. What's the next line? I'm gonna stay on my ground. Hope the Lord forget. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm like. You know what I mean? I'm like on stage, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna calm down. Obviously, my body's on autopilot. I'm gonna bring this all the way down so the swag stay in. And next thing, I rapped that whole song, and I didn't remember any words until I said them. And that's the benefit, because what I had been doing was I had been sitting outside the studio. I didn't mingle with the crowd.
Yeah.
I'd been sitting outside the hotel, just by myself with my headphones on, walking around in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Rapping this verse to myself on autopilot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it got on stage and I got thrown off, I went on autopilot. You know what I mean? So
How did it feel to get on the stage again after so long, man?
Man, that shit felt so good.
Man.
I ain't even gonna lie. Man. I ain't even gonna lie. Man, I love being on stage. Ain't nothing like it. You know what I mean? To watch people connecting with your music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To watch people and surprise the hell out of you when they know the words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you spend your time thinking, ain't nobody hearing
what to
me.
say.
Yeah. Ain't nobody listening.
Ain't nobody listening to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm coming with this old knowledge shit. Ain't nobody listening to that. And then people's like, you know.
So yeah, what I mean, if you had to categorize your music as, you know what I mean, what would you say? What type of rapper would you say you are?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know.
Just all around?
Shit, I mean, I can do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I really can. I mean, that's what Scorp Forever was.
Yeah.
That whole thing was just saying, I can do any kind of rap I want
Just
to.
so
Yeah.
those songs was representing different types of rap.
Emotions,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just probably everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only untrue song on there lyrically was "Ain't Worried."
Yeah.
Because "Ain't Worried" was, someone said I needed to do some ignorant music. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so, I mean, Lean. I don't know if y'all listen to Lean, but Lean was that was pulling back on a couple of times where I had Lean. You know what I mean? And so that one, the experience was real, but the lyrics were empty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was just talking about clowning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And "Ain't Worried" was just talking shit. And I love talking shit. Don't get me wrong, but but the rest of those songs on there was
Substitute had a lot of substance.
They had a lot of substance.
Yeah.
So what some of the artists in the industry? What are some of the artists in the industry that influence you?
Man, I came to this realization recently that Jay-Z is one of my favorites. He's one of my all times. Matter of fact, I probably want to say that I almost idolized this guy.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how much until MCHG. Now, I bought Jay-Z when his albums was only available in Walmart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's when I first bought it. And I remember my first speech in high school, we had to do a little demonstration speech, and mine was on hip hop. You know what I mean? So I did a little rap for him and everything, but I broke down the elements of hip hop. And I used Jay-Z in that. And so I mean, I definitely think he's one of the biggest. Pac started me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he was the one that put passion in
Yeah,
you know
in
what
his
I mean?
music, definitely.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge, I mean, everything I do, I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that one really woke me up.
Yeah.
Nas showed me how to kick knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How to do it in a flavorful way.
Yeah.
I wasn't really a big guy.
Yeah.
I wasn't. But I mean, I loved his shit. I just never bought any of his shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I did. I mean, it's one of those things where I mean, it's honest. I gotta be honest.
Yeah. No doubt. No
I mean,
doubt.
and you ask yourself what type of artist you want to be. I mean, it sounds to me like you want to be an artist who pushes the envelope. Like you want,
Always.
like you don't just want to do music. You want to be a CEO too. You want to do
Absolutely.
photography. Like you want to almost be like a
Your own brand.
an entrepreneur type and do the, you know.
Yeah.
Well, and it's exactly that. I want to be an artist and an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a rapper.
Yeah.
'Cause what does a rapper do?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And when he can't rap no more, where's his money come from?
Yeah. And
Nowhere.
truthfully, you know, I think because I listen to the, you know, what is it, MC?
NCHG.
Okay, the Magna
Oh,
Carta. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just gonna say Magna. But what I'm saying, when you listen to that Picasso, it's more so like he was trying to make music into an art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't just rap.
Yeah.
He was just saying that music is an art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, so it's like bringing all those type of
But
music.
Jay-Z's still telling his story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's still telling his hustler story.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's the first hustle album that's made me want to hustle
Yeah.
since, what was it? Thug Motivation.
Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah. But and it's funny you say that though, because a lot of people who listen to Jay-Z coming up, they like throughout the years they done kind of stopped listening to him. Like he ain't talking about the same
right.
stuff.
And he's still talking about
He's still talking about the same stuff.
He's saying it differently.
Yeah.
I mean, because what's happening is if $600 million later, $1 billion later, you still rapping about standing on the corner.
Yeah.
Nigga, you ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
You ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere.
You ain't progress. But when he made his first million and he was on the corner, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was running across the state line.
Interstates,
you know what I mean?
interstate
When he
line.
was doing that, that's what he rapped about.
Yeah.
And then when he made 20 million,
Yeah.
okay, now why I gotta be out there like that? You know what I mean? Niggas throwing rock signs outside your coop.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? That's what he said. That ain't now they out there, but what it is his music represents his progress as a hustler.
Yeah.
He shouldn't still be out there.
No.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And now here it is, he's talking about running traffic over in Europe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in so
Yeah.
many words, you know what I mean? Or running his hustle all over the world.
Getting money up under you.
Yeah.
Right. You know what
And
I'm
see my favorite line that on the ocean, you know what I'm saying, that on the road to the Billy, I can't take that same route.
Yeah.
I can't do the same routine and expect, that's the definition of insanity anyway. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Right.
You can't do that and expect that you're gonna be a billionaire. You can't.
Yeah.
You gotta change it up.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I definitely agree with that.
It's now more so when you listen to his music, it's more so you gotta read between the lines now before just putting it straight out there.
You do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because like I said, an average or just a pedestrian Jay-Z fan, they would just be like, oh, he ain't talking about the same shit no more. You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
But now you picking up from it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
I
taking
mean,
somewhere.
what do you say? The Fed's still lurking because somewhere in America, Miley Cyrus is still twerking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she on some shit. You know what I mean? And then he laughed at the end of it.
Yeah.
So you got to read between the lines.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do.
Because he's still telling his story. But the thing is that, again, even as a hustler, he's progressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like all these cats out here still rapping about standing in the kitchen, baking soda, Pyrex, and all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
How
really-
many times can you say that?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Where's your career gonna go?
Yeah.
Like
And
really-
me and him was talking. I
Man.
tell him, I said, I love.
Man, we done talked about this,
I
man.
love artists like Jada Kiss and and Fab and all them. But it's you gotta progress sometimes. You know what I mean? You gotta progress. I mean,
you got to
Yeah.
because your music that you write comes from you.
Yeah.
It comes from your experience.
yeah. So if you still
don't
talking about the same thing, like you've been in this same spot for
Right.
10 years.
Yeah.
what that means is you haven't experienced nothing else.
Nope. You haven't
Yeah.
progressed.
So no matter how much money you got, you still ain't experienced nothing different.
Nope.
Why is Redman still in the hood?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to him, you know what I mean?
it's
He's
cool.
He's another one of my favorites. Redman,
Yeah.
Method Man.
Oh, yeah.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They taught me that raw. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, but the biggest illusion we got is keeping it real. All right,
Yeah.
as black people, man.
Yeah.
like
Oh, but
honestly.
but it's funny because like when Jay-Z said on that DOA, he was like, I don't be in the project hallway talking about how I've been in the projects
All day. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
but it's that keeping it real. Like
yeah.
some artists feel like they have to keep it real.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what
I mean-
to stay relevant almost.
Yeah, but that's an illusion
It's-
because
yeah.
well, one, the hood wants to relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can give the hood an album or 2 albums
Yeah.
or where you relate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the truth is the hood always wants to be the hood too.
Yeah.
And that means the hood don't never progress.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
That means that every black man that launches a business in the hood
Yeah.
gets robbed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That means that he don't get supported
No.
because the hood mentality never changes.
Yeah.
Nope.
And it used to be that the hood was something that all the niggas wanted to get out of.
Yeah.
So at what point in society did the hood turn about to be something that we all
because
want to stay here.
glorified.
Yeah.
We don't want to stay here. We never wanted to stay here.
I don't want my kids to be here.
So who the
Know what
fuck
I'm
said
saying?
that?
Yeah, we grow up saying, I can't wait till I move out the hood. I'm able to move out the hood. And then you grow up and you're able to do that. And you still want to
still want to be in the hood. I love my block. It's like, whoa, hold up, man. You don't want your kids to be on your block for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
know?
and I respect it, like, to a degree that, like, if you really run your block, first album, you can tell me about your block.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But next year,
if
all you got is that block, if you ain't covering Barrett Park, Gum, Blackford, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't talk to me no more. You know what I mean? Like, just cut that shit off. Because the year after that, I want to hear you run your city. And I want to hear you run your state. Your country, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to hear you moving forward. But if you still saying that same shit, then fuck it. Nah, you ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
Well, then let me ask you this, because it was it's a lot of things. I listen to like a lot of hip hop artists and different things, especially concert wise. And I was wanting to know how you felt about, and I know you do concerts, you do shows and different things. How do you feel about like the overlay track? Like basically the track that's under the person that's rapping. It's almost like, okay,
you become your own hype man on your shit.
Yeah, and it's like the actual words are being spit, you know what I'm saying, off the track, but then you're going over this whole layer. I mean, to me, like, and I'm just saying, I don't like that because I feel like you should know what you're doing, and then it to me it kind of takes away from your creativity because you could be spitting it. I understand that you know how to spit your song, but you might flip it up, you might change it up. I mean, and that's what I like, the rawness of it and that energy. Now that's, like I said, that's to me. Excuse me, that's to me. But some people, they don't. I mean, I don't understand why they do it. It doesn't make no sense.
I can tell you why they do it. First of all, I do the reverse. My ad libs, my overdubs, they stay in the track. My main verse comes out. Okay, because the ad libs should be the parts that you want to accent, so those can stay in there. You know what I mean? That's fine. You know what I mean? And then two, it serves as a visual reminder. An audible reminder. Like if I get lost in a song, which I ain't froze up yet, but if I do freeze up and I hear that ad lib come in, I know what comes next. You know, that kind of helps. But I do, like I said, I do a reverse. My main comes out, my unders stay in. You know what I mean? And I don't layer the whole track. So, but the reason the artists do it, the other artists do it, one, because of ignorance. Two, because of DJ setups, music equipment. You always know how you can hardly ever, they hold a mic like this. You can hardly, and by the time you get all that bass in there and stuff, you know what I mean, that don't carry. You know what I mean? So you really can't tell what they saying on stage. I bet you every club that you've been through where a rapper was rapping on stage, how many of them did you actually hear?
Yeah.
So they leave the main vocals in because the speakers will carry that. And so, like, that's really some of the biggest reasons.
Okay.
And then two is poor performance. You know what I mean? They probably don't know all of the lyrics to be able to recite it off top. Yeah. So they leave that main one in there, and then they basically become their own hype man, which is bullshit and gay and all that other stuff.
And see, but I'm telling you, man, because that's when I started to have respect for certain artists, because like I would see certain people do that like I said, like the overlay, underlay, whatever you want to call it, and I'd be like, man, this is kind of lame. Yeah. But there's certain individuals, like when I had seen like 2 Chainz perform, and this was before he like blew up.
When he was Titty Boy.
Yeah, like Titty Boy / 2 Chainz. And when we actually saw him perform, he did not have anything. Like when the mic battery died, the track just played. I mean, until he got another microphone and he started spitting again. But to me, like, there was so many artists that I seen just do that whole overlay stuff. But he was like one of the first that I seen. He just
2 Chainz is a performer.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, you know what? I gotta respect. not even to say I don't even care about lyrical and right now. I'm just saying performance wise,
Right.
he showed me that okay, he took this serious.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've seen a lot of underground MCs do it to where they just popping.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, he was the first mainstream artist that I kind of seen. I was just like, man, he's really taking this serious.
And I mean, and that's the smartest thing that he could have done though, because you gotta let people know you're real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If people feel like you premeditate every single step, that's gonna distance them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then two, a rapper is a rapper.
Yeah.
But at some point, that rapper's got to learn how to be a performer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at some time, that performer's got to learn how to be a sound engineer.
Yeah.
Or some other things to help him progress himself along. Again, the things that you teach yourself are going to be the things that you're going to rap about.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? In turn. So.
Yeah. So I mean, it just I don't know. I've always just wanted to really ask another artist. I mean, artist that because I mean, there's been so many people that use certain things, but it was as an aid or as a guide to help them, and I understood that.
I mean, rappers suffer from this mentality that once I got the rap, it's a rap.
Yeah.
Like that's what they think. You wouldn't believe. Let me see. In the 5 years that I ran the studio in the CK, I didn't meet not one rapper that didn't have to be taught how to rap on a microphone. Because he got into the booth, you would have thought the nigga was on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You would have thought there was a crowd of people in front of him, and they ain't lifting their hands. So he rapping louder to make them raise their hands up.
Yeah.
And, I'd be like, hey, what are you doing?
yeah.
You know? And I mean, I had to coach them. Every one of them had to coach. Because your studio performance, your studio recording is not a live performance. And then when you get on stage, your live performance,
It's not a studio. Yeah.
the crowd don't want you to yell at them all the time.
Yeah.
Meek Mill is learning that. You know what I mean? They don't want you yelling all the time.
Yeah.
You know, there's a way. I don't think it was with you guys, but I was talking to somebody about insinuating hype. All right, the way you do it is you rap in a way, with a style, in a way that insinuates that you are hyper than what you really are. All right, you go back and listen to P.D. Pablo, right? North Carolina, going and raise up, take your shirt off, twist it around your head, spinning like a helicopter, right? You listen to that song, he wasn't that hype. He was, he was consistent, but he wasn't that hype.
Yeah.
But when you got that song in the car, when you was walking, North Carolina, you was yelling that shit out loud.
Yeah.
He insinuated hype. He wasn't that hype. You know what I mean? And so and that's kind of how rappers have to learn how to be performers. You got to learn how to project your energy and make people think that you are hyper than you actually are. You know what I'm saying? That way you're still giving them the experience, you know, but that gets off into some other shit. Ain't nobody trying to listen to me.
Man, but that's that's real.
How long did you say you've been rapping?
Man, I've been rapping since I was 8th grade.
8th grade?
Yeah.
Yeah. So which came first, making beats or rapping?
Rapping.
Yeah. And then you start saying, well, let me make my own beats.
Yeah, because I couldn't afford beats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same here.
You know?
I mean, and
I would
want
want
to
to
see. It's real.
I would want to hear a Scorp and Prime Minister song. We should probably set that up.
Shit, I kill it.
I be mad.
Because Mario was like, before Kanye West was Kanye West.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like.
Oh damn.
And Shamario could even sing. He even sung too on a couple of tracks. I heard a couple of tracks.
It was like I said, it was a love thing. It was one of those situations when I got put on at a young age with just music period, and I like to do it, but I was always a shy dude. And then I got with group of homies of mine. We all got together and we just started
What's the
rapping
name of the
different
group?
Things. It was Evil Productions back then, way back in the day.
Okay.
We was young.
You heard of them?
I remember that.
We was young. You know what I'm saying? We was out there trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it was just one of those things to where, like I said, it was a love thing, and then as you grow up, it became work. And I just wanted, I had to step back.
Shamario, he's been in like battles You know what I mean? Have you
Was you like,
barbershop
yeah.
battle? Like, have you ever have you ever been like a battle rapper?
Yeah, that was my circuit.
That was your circuit at first?
Okay.
Yes, that was my thing. Well, I mean, in 8th grade, I wasn't in battle, but 9th grade, man, I was at Vincennes University.
Yeah.
I never forget this shit. I was at Vincennes. You know, I was more of a poet. You know.
Yeah.
What I mean?
Yeah.
And so I went into campus. Because we went with Upward Bound every year. You know what I mean? That's a program, take you up there.
Yeah.
So I moved into my room, and so, like, this dude comes down the hall, and he's like, hey, I heard you rap. I was like, yeah, I rap.
That's how it usually starts.
Yeah, that's how it goes. You know what I mean? You know, I'm quiet, mind my business.
Yeah.
And then he said, oh, yeah, you do, huh? Bar up! You know, and he just yelled down the hall, right?
Yeah.
So then it sounded like elephants running down the hallway.
Yeah.
Niggas squatted up, man. Like 13 niggas like lined up outside my room, right?
Yeah.
And then he said, get him. When one came in the door, he just started ripping. I didn't even know the dude's name, nothing, no introduction.
Yeah.
He killed me. And another dude, next dude walk out. He killed me. Next dude, 13 niggas. And then the dude who started it all, he finished it last.
Oh,
And he was like, fuck you, little nigga. You know what I mean? And walked out. So I was like, oh, fuck that. I ain't going out like that.
Yeah.
But I hadn't been battling before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then that whole summer, I'm like, no, this is about to go down.
Yeah.
This is about to go down. So I'm working on my shit and everything, perfecting my craft. Then I'm like, oh man, being aggressive is easy. You know what I mean? I ain't got to kill nobody, but I can talk about killing you as long as I say it in a styleful way. You know, the crowd gonna love it. So at the end of that, they came, knocked on my door, like towards the end of the summer. Hey, we got a party going down in the back room. Them niggas calling you out. I'm asleep. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, nah, fuck this.
Yeah.
Fuck this. I'm about to go get my belt back. You know?
Yeah.
So I walked in, you know, sleep in my eyes and shit. The music stopped. It's all dramatic and shit. You know,
He's painting a picture like this is vivid.
yeah.
Picasso
I mean, I'm telling you, man, I'll never forget this shit. The DJ stopped the music. Dustin Priestley.
Yeah.
He's a DJ Pyro up in Vincennes.
Okay.
Princeton.
Okay.
Yeah.
He does breakers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Notice his name, DJ Pyro.
D-Ray
He picked
Pyro.
up the name of the group that ripped my ass.
Oh, okay,
You know what I'm saying?
okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, you could ask him about this
Yeah.
shit. So, you walk in, the music stopped. And they're like, oh, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? And so they like, and then some chick said,
How old was you then? About 15?
shit, I was like 15, 14.
Yeah, okay.
And this chick was like, she's like, you want some music? I said, nah. Ripped every last one of them because acapella. And turned around and walked out the room. They was like, now I was like, oh. And next thing you know, that same night, they recruited me into the group.
Oh, okay.
That's what's up.
I went around the room. You know, it was like that, man. It was
But was it fair that first day they came in your room? Like, did they even give you a chance to?
No.
So dude went last and they just walked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you got
know,
him back.
But I mean, you could tell by my face I wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
like, it was like, once again, it was like the pool scene, man.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, you lost.
Yeah.
And what do you know what I'm saying? It's like either you stay on the porch or you jump off. You're gonna be like, oh no, man, forget that.
Right.
I'm jumping off this
Right.
porch. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let nobody just get me like that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
So how long was
that's
you in that
real.
group for? I mean,
Oh, that group survived for about 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
So y'all were just like a freestyle battle group, or was it like
it was
a?
a little rap group.
Rap group?
I mean, you had singers in the group. You had a lot of entrepreneurs in the group, like people who would go on to be entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, it was just like just a clique, really.
So do you?
know what I mean?
So do you communicate with any of them to this day?
Yeah, man, I still keep in contact with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rod Sargent was one of them.
Okay.
Chris Barrett was one of them.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
rest of them have already moved across the country and all this
Yeah,
shit. But
yeah.
you know, those were two of the founding fathers of it.
So do you feel like music, you know what I mean, have led you to connect with so many people and some of the people you do know now and
Oh,
some of
hell
the
yeah,
experiences
man. You know-
because of music?
I tell you, your music will draw the type of people that you want to be around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean that in every sense of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You think about all the clubs that shut down because of the type of music that's being played.
Yeah.
Or who's performing.
Yeah.
That's gonna. I mean, you play thug music, you're gonna draw thugs.
Thugs.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? So like at first, I was trying to make myself
Yeah.
conform to this whole swag, this whole thing. Lord knows I done been through enough
Yeah.
to be able to justify
talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can talk about it, but that's the type of people that draw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like when I say, you know, I'm just gonna start doing me, then I start drawing people who like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ain't gotta worry about nothing popping off at a Scorp show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because he's pulling out these intellectuals and these cool ass people. These
Yeah.
progressive. If there
Yeah.
are thugs in the crowd, they progressive thugs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
You know, I met
yeah.
this cat down in matter of fact, I'll give y'all a CD before I left. His name is DH. I'm gonna give him a plug real quick. DH down in
DH.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Nigga has
DH.
a project called Progressive Thinking.
Okay.
I got it in my car. You're gonna have it before I leave. You're gonna listen to this nigga, and you gonna hey, this dude came on stage after I did. I had to take my hat off to him.
Yeah.
I mean, I did my thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, he had this realness, this rawness in his music that I ain't heard streetwise
Yeah.
in a long time.
Yeah.
You gonna love it.
Okay.
You gonna
Okay.
love it.
Okay.
Okay, so man, I mean, like the journey, man, like it's an epic journey because I mean, like really, I mean, you showed pretty much everything, every side of it. You know, the good, bad, and the ugly side of this music game. I mean, I ain't. You know, and it's real. I mean, like when people say, no, man, it's real, and you know, you gotta keep it this way and that way, and I feel like you didn't grow as a person, but
Right.
you seen that full circle. It's like,
Right.
you know, music has
So-
took me through so many things.
And being that music has done all this for you, so whenever you do approach people, do you approach them as Scorp or Mario? I mean, do you know what I mean? Like, what mantra do you give them?
Before Picasso Dreams, before all my entrepreneur ventures, music wise, I always approached them as Scorp.
Yeah.
I always want people to know me by my persona, as far as being an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I tell people that the artist asks me, "How do I grow?" And I say, people will know you by what they always see you doing. You know what I mean? That's what I tell them.
Yeah.
If you always rapping, every time they see you, they're always going to associate you with music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if one day you in trouble, the next day you bullshitting, the next day you doing this and all this stuff, they're going to be like, well, he called himself such and such, but he a headache.
Yeah.
More than anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but if every time the only thing you own is music, people going to know you. And so they knew me as Scorp the engineer.
Yeah.
And every time I'm on it, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm in the CK.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm putting in hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm doing this, and that's how people knew me as. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But now with Picasso Dreams, you know what I mean? Like, a true entrepreneur isn't just a guy who starts one business.
Yeah.
An entrepreneur is a guy who starts businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when one falls off, he knows how to keep it going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a professional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now that I'm that, and I know that I'm going to be reaching out to people who are not necessarily tied to my music,
Yeah.
I introduce myself as Mario.
Okay.
So, in, like, 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? Like, where would you like to be?
Oh, shit. 5 years from now, I see myself. If I'm here, I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
But not as surprised. I will be if I am here. I will probably have like
Here, you mean Evansville?
Evansville, yeah.
Okay.
excuse me. If I'm here, I'll be surprised. But if I am here, I will be successful.
Yeah.
No matter what I'm doing, I'll probably have some kind of business, some kind of agency,
Yeah.
tying both art, visuals, video, or something together. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I have it run in a way that I'll be doing it full time. I won't be working for Vectron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
AT&T. Like, I see myself completely independent,
Yeah.
self-sustaining, everything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I might even go off into art and design, graphic design, since
Yeah.
that's what I used to do. So,
Okay.
And see, and you know, that's to me, it's encompassing everything. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The man, you know, the more not only just Scorp, the engineer, the producer, the photographer, all of that. I mean, but this is, you know,
we're going to it's
it's the
Scorp,
man.
etc.
Yeah.
That's a new name.
Etc.
Etc. is like-
ECC,
it
etc.,
keeps
etc.,
growing,
etc.
man.
For real, you know. I mean, that's bad. That's some deep stuff, man.
yeah,
That's
I'm not going to have my back against the wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm never going to run out of options.
Yeah.
Everything's an option. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so, like, that's what it's going to be about. You know what I mean? If one don't work, then I guarantee you I'm going to learn something new.
Yeah.
You know what
Exactly.
I mean?
Yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
going to find out what's hot. I'm going to learn that. You know?
So
Keep growing.
So the album drops.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I can't even give you a date.
You
man.
can't. But coming soon
It'll be this year.
this year.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I want to say by
Fall.
June. By June.
Oh, okay.
By June,
Summer.
okay.
Okay.
I gotta be on my shit.
Yeah.
Like half the music's already written anyway.
Yeah.
It's just that I've been so busy. Like I don't have time to spend in the lab and say it like I want to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So do you have a name for the album or?
no name.
Okay.
No name.
Yeah.
Not yet.
All right.
It's gonna be something poetic though.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
okay.
okay. Yeah, we gonna I'm checking for that Picasso dreams, man.
Yeah,
you know what I
man.
mean? We may even need you one day
Hey,
just for
exactly.
anything.
For
You know what I mean?
anything,
So
for
yeah,
real, real talk.
we plugging you in.
Yeah, you
Yup.
give me a holler.
Yup,
Give me a
man.
holler. I ain't turning down no work right now.
That's what's up, you
Yeah.
know. And you know, like I said, continue to just be watching out for Scorp. You can go Scorp Forever. Look at the links and everything, and check out the music because you know I definitely checked out some of the music too. You know that you definitely did, and your mixtape joints, and I was feeling that. So
That's what's up.
yeah, so keep
Hey,
doing,
yeah, give it a
definitely keep
chance.
doing what
Yeah.
you're doing, man. Definitely keep doing what you're doing, and you know. I just, you know, now normally, like I told him before, but I know, you know what I'm saying, I know he said he was a little bit under weather right now, you know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Oh yeah, we ain't gonna. Yeah. No, you look. Mark, but he's an art. He knows what's coming.
You know
Like,
what
I
I'm
already
saying?
know
You
the
know.
question. I already know what's, you know. But you know,
But, you know, it's all good.
I guess
you
he
know
gonna
what
give you a pass. I guess
Yeah,
he'll give you a pass.
Nah, you ain't gotta give me no pass.
Oh, okay.
See, hey, you want to see a nigga shine? Well, here's where you find me, like cold-minded. Except this time I'm cold-minded. I'm fluid in my approach when I bother you. I hit him and follow up, then flow around your city like aqueducts. Take a record label and stop him up with sign us pressure. We be the sickest, you won't find one better. I got pennies for your thoughts. Put them Lincolns on your mind when you figure your evil heart. Make it skip when you drive by. Bury you in a box and store you off to the side. The murder weapon was a record. You thought it was 45s. Fearing for your life like a heart attack with jeans and a starter cap. That's how I enter boost when I startle cats. You was just a goof on a garbage track. Thought you was the hardest cat. You sold crack, then you started rap. We've been making noise before rap turned artifact. The birth when Dr. Dre squatted and parted that. I'm knocking them up. Busting like a Glock from a truck, rushing hospices with volatile stunts, pushing honest men to stop me or duck. All right.
But see, listen. I know it sounded like this dude was like angry, but this dude had a smile on his face while he
whole
was saying that.
time.
Like it was, you
The
know,
whole time.
you portray that like what you said. You know, you make your music sound. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
I insinuate that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
insinuated that. Yeah,
He's over there. I feel that, though. I feel that.
Yeah. But before we leave, man, you a sports guy?
Nah,
You don't. Okay.
not big on sports.
Yeah,
man.
so you don't nothing.
fell out the loop a long time
NCAA
ago.
tournament, none of that. You don't. Okay, I was gonna see what your prediction
it kinda
was.
messed up my. Man, I didn't get a chance to put my bracket in, so
Yeah, so-
Prime Minister's kind of upset.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Shout
But
out
yeah,
to
man.
Jaquan Lyles. He signed with Oregon.
yeah, shout
out.
out, straight up,
Yeah.
straight up. And it's all
Eville,
good.
stand up.
Eville, stand up.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no more hate in the 8. Let's do it. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I'm saying?
man, we're gonna thank Scorp for coming through, man. Nice
Definitely.
looking,
Yeah,
man.
Nice,
It was
nice,
love,
nice, straight
you know?
up, straight up
Come back
love,
again.
and I want
man.
come again and again, like,
Hey.
and I'm
The
hyped.
mixtape is coming. The
Yes.
Barbershop mixtape. Be on
shit's
the
coming.
lookout. Shamario's gonna be on there singing. Mario's gonna be on there doing what he do. It's love.
Okay,
Send
Chuck is tripping.
emails, inboxes, whatever, etc.
Iceberg is off the charts right now. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? You live at the barbershop and it's all good and it's all love. It's hard, but it's fair.
Holla.
Yeah.